Hey guys, what is going on? Lego Man 123 and welcome back to another tier listing making video where today in this final episode we'll be ranking the rest of every Lego Harry Potter set. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this mini series of ranking every Lego Harry Potter set because I really have enjoyed doing it and I hope you guys have enjoyed watching it. So without further ado, let's get into it. So, starting off, we have another addition for Hogwarts. I believe this is like some sort of like entrance into Hogwarts. Like, there seems to be two towers and a bridge. Really interesting design to it. And I also believe this possibly may have something to do with the Battle of Hogwarts from the Deathly Hallows Part 2, but I'm not 100% sure. So, it definitely looks like you can actually add this as an extension to like one of the many versions of Hogwarts just because of the really nice color scheme with the nice roof sort of detailing and like the different sort of tan color and all that, so that is really cool. I also like the minifig selection. It is hard to see, but I believe there's like a Dementor in this set, then possibly maybe Harry, but I'm not 100% sure because it is quite hard to see, but there seems to be a pretty interesting selection of minifigs, so I might possibly put this maybe in maybe in first position in B because they could have possibly maybe included something else because it's really unclear or it's really unsure to actually know what this specific sort of scene from Harry Potter is. I kind of wish they maybe made it a little more familiar to the audience, but apart from that, really nice build and just set in general. Next we have the Shrieking Shack from the Prisoner of Azkaban. Now this has not become like an updated set from like the first and the second wave, and also I believe the third wave of the new Harry Potter set. So it's really cool to actually just see this because it was actually a really interesting scene from the movie, and also really cool just to see how it did play out. The Shrieking Shack build is definitely really interesting, and it does have that sort of shack feel to it, old, abandoned. So I really do like that. The minifig of Lupin with his head wolf is his head of the wolf is really cool because I believe this is the first time we were actually seeing the wolf mold, but then we might have seen it earlier before in the Monster Fighter sets, and then the build at the back there, I believe that's like Honeydukes because like the Shrieking Shack is in Hogsmeade, which isn't too far from Hogwarts. So that's really cool how we're getting like a side build for that. So I might possibly put this set maybe in oh, it's really hard to decide. Maybe in like this position. Now I might move it down into, yeah, I think that's a good position there. Next we have another addition for the Night Bus. This does seem a little smaller compared to the one we did in a previous part. Now I do like the overall design for it. It does seem a little less blocky, and the levels on it definitely do seem really similar. They do both have 3 levels, and I think this purple color does look a little more better, and then the minifig selection does look really similar as well because like we're getting Harry, I believe, but it's not too, it's like really hard to see if he's in that set. We have like the night bus like conductor Ernie, I believe his name is. No, Stan Shunpike, yeah. And then we have like the bus driver Ernie. So definitely some similarities between that, but I really wish we got just something else for like a side build, just like the one we got in like the night bus we did in a previous episode with like the street lamp and all that, Harry with like his trunk and all that, and like some plants. So I really wish we got something more, just like the 2018 one. I wish we just got something more in that set. So I might maybe put this set maybe down, maybe in third position in A. Yeah, I think that's a good position there. Next we have another edition for the Hogwarts Express, and this one seems to be a sort of earlier version for it because there is minifigs with like the skin tone, so that's really nice. There does seem to be Professor Lupin, which is really cool because we can sort of figure out the timeline for this one, which is the Prisoner of Azkaban. It does have a really nice design to it as well, very similar to the ones we have seen with like the front of it with like the Hogwarts Express on it, the design for the front of the train, the carriages on it. So that's really cool. And I think the color scheme is definitely really awesome because each of them do have that really nice color scheme. very similar, but then it's just a little different because of like the sort of shade or like just the different version of that color. So that's really cool. But I might possibly put this set maybe in. I might put it down a little lower because I just wish there was something more included because there might be, but it's really hard to see. So I wish there was maybe something just more included. I might maybe move it down. Now I think it's in a good position there. Next up, we have a task from the Goblet of Fire, and this was the second task, which was under the Black Lake, I believe. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was. Now, this is really cool to actually see as a set, because I'm still waiting for an updated version, because it would be really awesome just to see like a different version of it with just like new minifigs, a new design for like the underwater area. But this set was definitely really interesting because like this does take place during the Goblet of Fire, the second task in the Triwizard Tournament. So there's definitely a lot going on. The minifig selection is definitely really cool. We do have, I believe there's 5 minifigs there. No. Yeah, I believe there's 5 minifigs there, so that's really cool. And then the build is also really interesting. Very simple, but then also really effective. It's like this sort of ruin area place. So that's almost like a temple place thing. So that's really interesting. Nice color scheme. So I might possibly put this set maybe in second position in B. Next we have a really small build for like the Quidditch supplies shop in Diagon Alley. So that's really cool how we're getting a shop for it. I really like the overall design for it with some really simple just pieces and bricks just to make this very simple build for the shop. Some really nice accessories as well included, so that's really great. The color scheme is okay. I kind of wish they maybe went with a color what doesn't like represent a Hogwarts house, because green would most likely represent Slytherin, so I kind of wish they maybe went for like a neutral color, maybe like, no, I don't think grey would work. Maybe like black, that could look really cool. So I kind of wish they maybe changed the color scheme. But the overall design for it definitely does look really cool. So I might possibly put this set maybe quite far down. Maybe in this position there. Yeah, I think that's a good position. Next, we have some sort of potions class, I believe, with Professor Snape and Ron. It's really interesting to actually see Professor Snape's head in that green color, because I believe it's supposed to represent like a glow-in-the-dark feature, which is definitely interesting because it's like really rare to see in Harry Potter sets, especially for a minifig such as Snape. The overall design is really interesting, but I feel like you couldn't possibly include this for like the versions of Hogwarts, because I just don't think it would fit as well as like other builds, because the color scheme, it's okay. I do like the green, but then the black and the light gray, they don't work as well as other colors would possibly work. But the detailing inside, or just like the detailings around it, definitely do look really cool. But I kind of wish there was maybe like another minifig included. So I might possibly put this set maybe in third last position, doesn't. Maybe in like this position here in B. I think that's really good. Then we have the set from the Chamber of Secrets, and this is the first time we're actually seeing, I believe, Aragog in a set, which is Hagrid's like spider, which is an Acclamantula, and it's like really big. So it was really interesting to actually see a spider this sort of size instead of just getting like the sort of small spiders. The design for it is really cool. And what I really love about this version for this set is that I think that's a 32 by 32 base plate or a 32 by 16 base plate, and just with all the detailing on it, like the trees to like represent the Forbidden Forest, because that's where like Aragog or Aragorn, I think that's something along the lines of that. That's where the spider does live. So instead of just getting like a small build for like the tree, just like we got in the 2018 one, we're actually getting a very simple but effective build for the Forbidden Forest. So I might possibly put this set maybe in third position in B, because it's really cool to actually see a very simple build for the Forbidden Forest on a base plate. Next, we have a version for the 14th Privet Drive. I believe that's what the address is. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's right. And I believe this was the first time we'd actually ever seen, like, the Dursley's house in a set, and honestly, I love the overall design for it. The amount of detailing definitely does seem really cool, and the color scheme, it might be very simple, but I think it is definitely really effective. The new one LEGO did make this year, I believe, or last year, I'm not 100% sure, but I believe it was this year. I think that color scheme is a little more better because it just looks a little more modern, but like when this set actually did come out at the time, it was really cool to actually see the color scheme for it. And then the version of the Ford Angler, I believe, is the same as we've actually seen before in sets what did appear in like this wave of Harry Potter back then. So that's really cool. And the minifig selection definitely does seem really cool because I think this is the first ever time we'd actually seen the Dursleys in a set, so they were exclusive, I believe. So I might possibly put this set maybe in oh, maybe in like this position there. I might move it up maybe into no, I think maybe in between these two sets. Yeah, I think that's a good position there. Then we have this really interesting set. I'm not 100% sure on what it is. I'm pretty sure it's Harry with like the Remorders map, which he actually got from Fred and George. So that's a really cool 1x2 print. And then the build for a very simple like corridor in, I was about to say Gryffindor, but Hogwarts is really cool because I believe it's like there's this sort of trap door and like Harry falls through it and he goes in like this sort of underground area. So that's a really interesting play feature and something really cool to actually see. And then I can definitely see like people including this in like their Hogwarts build because the design might be simple, but I can possibly like just see this as some sort of like corridor or something in a set. And then the inclusion of Snape, it's okay, but I don't think it would be necessary. So I might possibly put this set, I might put it like quite far, maybe in that position. Then I might move it down, maybe maybe in that position there. Yeah, I think that's much better. Next, we have a set also from the Prisoner of Azkaban, and I believe this is the part where Harry and Hermione go back in time to actually save Sirius Black from like the tower in like the tallest part of Hogwarts. So that's really cool, just how simple this idea is, but it's really cool they actually made a set on it because I believe this was the first time or like the second time we'd actually seen Buckbeak in a set, so that's really cool. And then Harry, I believe, is exclusive to this set because I don't think his variant was seen in other sets, but he might have possibly been seen in the Nightbar set. The build for the tower definitely seems like you can add it to like Hogwarts in like the background or something, or like as an extension, so that's really cool. But I don't think Hermione is included, but I can kind of almost see her, and then Sirius Blackie might be included, so that's really cool how we're getting variants for them. So I might possibly put this maybe in maybe in like this position. Yeah, maybe in maybe in that position there, because I just think they could have possibly included maybe like something else, maybe some sort of like a bridge on like the tallest tower or something, just to add something more, because it does look a little plain in my opinion, just with like this tower. So they could have possibly maybe included something else. Next we have, I'm not even sure like what this is, some sort of like tower in Hogwarts. I don't think it's like the Great Hall or anything, like I don't think it's like a specific part of like Hogwarts, like all the areas. I think it's just some sort of tower in Hogwarts. And wow, I really love seeing the back of it because it just shows you all the detailing inside. Possibly Dumbledore's office, maybe, but I'm pretty sure that's Dumbledore's office. The detailing down the bottom looks really cool. The like the spiral staircase looks really great. And then the front of it definitely seems like it has a really nice color scheme to it. So you can possibly include this with like the version of Hogwarts, which this sort of a wave did come out. So that's really cool, some sort of extension. So that's really great. So I might possibly put this set, I'm really thinking B, because I just wish they possibly included just some more minifigs, because it just looks like Dumbledore's included, but it is a little hard to see other minifigs, so I wish they maybe showed them as well. So I'm maybe thinking second position in B, because the design definitely does look really awesome with like the open up area. I'm also curious to see, can you like close it up to just have like this sort of building with like no areas shown? So that'd be really cool if you could. And finally, we have, I believe this is like the second or like the third version of Hagrid's hut. I'm honestly just losing count now. But I really love just how enclosed it does look, because like Hagrid's hut definitely does look really small compared to like everything else at Hogwarts. And I think they've done that really perfectly with just the design for Hagrid's hut. I really love the printing or sticker for like the sort of brick design for his roof with like a mold on it. That's really cool, or vines. And then the green on his hut, it's an okay feature. It's some sort of like light lime green. I kind of wish they maybe changed it out, but I think it definitely does add to it, like the sort of like brightness of it. And then we do have Dumbledore holding Norbert. I believe this is like the sort of part it's taking place at in the Philosopher's Stone, Norbert the dragon. So that's really cool, because I believe this mold was actually exclusive to this set, or it's just like the first time seeing the sort of dragon mold. And then the inclusion of Hagrid, of course, is definitely really great. So I might possibly put this set maybe in A, because I think this is probably like the second best Hagrid's hut, like in the sort of earlier Harry Potter set. So I might maybe put it, no, maybe not like right next to the other Hagrid's hut, maybe in like that possession there in A. So I thought I would come back and do a couple of changes. So I might move the 4 last sets in B, maybe into the 4 like positions in C, because I think they work a little more better in that position there. So I might possibly maybe put it in maybe in that order there. No, I might move. No, I think that's a good position there. And then I might move these sets maybe into A, because I think they definitely do belong there instead of like the 3 bottom sets. And yeah, I think that's a little more better. Then I might move the Night Bar set maybe down into maybe that position. Yeah, maybe in that position, if it's gonna, there we go. And then I might move these 2 sets down into that position there in B. And I think this will be my final results. So, hope you guys did enjoy this final part on me ranking every LEGO Harry Potter set, because I really did enjoy doing all the parts, and I hope you guys did enjoy watching each of the parts. So definitely stay tuned for next week's episode, because I'll be actually coming back to a tier list I actually did quite a while ago, and I think that's like my most popular one, and that is I'll be ranking my favourite LEGO Ninjago season. So definitely stay tuned for that, because I'm definitely looking forward to making it. So as always, guys, hope you guys did enjoy this video, and I can see you soon. Goodbye.